said it on live. I've said it on live before, and then it just kind of, goes unnoticed. But this is the first time I'm actually saying it because after all this time of watching and everything, it's like, yeah, do you know what, mate? Yeah, you are fake.
Oh, I've gave someone a scared orgasm before. I would be telling everyone. I'd be making vlogs, everything. I'd be like, look at all this dollar that I've...
How on earth do you find the time to, one, obviously have an active affair? And
No, it's not crusty. Don't change it, Rick. It's not crusty.
And then get it on and we get in a ring. I'd love to. I'd love to slap them all about the ring. I really would. And that's that.
People don't understand the actual work that does go into social media.
Yeah, not the first time we've done a load of white stuff all over her face.
I can keep a secret.
she's terrible, by the way. She is fucking terrible at doing the intros and everything. It's shocking. Anyway, right, I'm going to start. Hello and welcome to the Confessional Podcast, episode 41. You have, of course, yours truly, Rick. We have the incredible co-host, Kimmi K. And, of course, we have the pod producer, Mickey D. Let's start off very, very quickly. Kimmi, how was your week? Talk to me.
Pretty shit.
Oh, okay.
I've literally not done anything, so I've not got anything exciting to tell you. I haven't left my house because I'm on puppy duty, so yeah, next.
Well, that was short and sweet. Mike, talk to us.
So is the dream becoming a nightmare, or is there a bit of regret?
It's just really, really hard. It's like having a newborn baby.
Oh my goodness, it's so tough, isn't it?
It's hard.
Puppies
I
are savage,
to teach him
mate.
everything.
So not
Fuck
quite
that.
full buyer's remorse, but the reality is sunk in.
Yeah, like I'm confined to my house at the minute because I can't take him for walks and stuff. So yeah,
But you did
it's
take him
hard.
outside and drop him, didn't you?
Oh, please don't.
You did do
Don't
that.
mention-
You did do that. I saw your video. You did do that. Yeah. So let's
I
talk
did.
about that.
You know, it was so bad. So I had to go to the park to collect some stuff that me and my daughter made at the park. And I thought, it'll be nice to get him in the fresh air. He can like see all the other dogs and stuff. But he obviously can't walk because he's not had his injections. Firstly, I put him in a pushchair, but he hung himself twice.
In a pushchair.
So he jumped out the pushchair with his lead on.
That's disgusting.
And he was
Have you got an
literally-
emo dog?
He was literally hanging by his neck.
You're not going to be that person that walks a dog in a pushchair, are you?
No.
Please
When he
don't
can
be.
walk, he will walk.
Okay.
I just wanted him to get some fresh air. So then I thought, okay, I'll
put
just
him in a
carry on.
garden.
I was too busy filming an Instagram story to notice what he was doing, and he wriggled out of my arms and he hit the
Yes,
floor
he
so
did.
hard.
Yeah.
He hit it on his chin and he was screaming so loud. I felt so bad. But he's fine now. He had a bit of a sore chin for a few days, but he's fine now.
Yeah, I told you that, did he?
Well, I could just
Oh,
tell.
right, yeah.
He loves
Okay,
me again.
okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Right, Mike.
His face is a bit more flatter than usual, but it's fine.
Yeah. To be fair, their faces are quite flat anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Mike, how was your week? What have you been up to?
More skateboarding. Work's been full on. So like I'm turning into you. I'm having like a 9:30, 10 p.m.
Mate,
kind of
It's
curfew.
the best times.
Mate, I'm not into it. Like I used to get so much done.
No, mate. My most productive is between 4:30 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. That's my most. So I wake up, by the way, every day at 4:30 because it's the quietest time in my house. Everyone's asleep. Dogs are asleep. Kids are asleep. I get to have a coffee. I have a cigarette. And I'm so productive, it's ludicrous. So for that first hour, if any of you ever need me to do anything, I promise you, I'll get it done immediately the following morning. But sorry to interrupt you, by the way.
No. I mean, there's not a lot to tell. I've been working in the background on some of our bonus content for Patreon, which Mikey, the editor, is aware of. Really looking forward to launching that. But other than that, it's more of the same. But what about you?
Well, before me, we have some very important people who are far more important than myself. I would very nicely I'm so humbled that they even said yes to coming on the podcast. But I would like to introduce the amazing Hannisons, the absolutely incredible. They're on the podcast. We are going to get to fucking dig in and get some juicy goss stuff that they're not comfortable talking about on their own channels, just because of fear of not of fear. That's the wrong word. I apologize, because you're not fearful at all. You just don't want your shit to be blocked or banned, and I fully appreciate that. But guys, how are you? How was your week? Because you've had a pretty busy week, haven't you?
We have, yeah.
Firstly,
Thanks
thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you for having us on. We've been really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We have, this week's been it's been pretty hectic. We yesterday we did a live or live casting?
Life cast.
We did a live casting for the Pinocchio movie we're in.
I saw.
Yeah, so they poured shit all over our faces.
Yeah, not the first time we've done a load of white stuff all over our face.
It was like a big khaki party, like, you know.
I do. How was it?
No,
Like,
yeah.
so I saw obviously you guys were you were obviously filming it and live streaming it, weren't you, on TikTok? And I managed to catch a bit of it. And what did it feel like when you had kind of the whole cast and you basically just had nose holes, didn't you? Like, what did it feel like?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Before it went on, I was like shitting myself a little bit. My heart was like this because obviously you just don't know what it's going to be like, and your life is like in someone else's hands, basically. Like, please don't block my nostrils. But once it went on, it was actually really relaxing.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I had it all over my face.
Yeah.
Did it take long to do?
It was about...
Felt quite a long time when you're under there.
Yeah, it was about 25 minutes each.
Yeah, but it feels... Yeah, if you've never had that kind of stuff, first of all, if you're claustrophobic, which I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not, but if you are, I guess it could feel kind of very, like, really daunting.
I actually thought it went really quick.
Yeah. Do you know why it went so long for me? Because I don't spend... Even in that beginning intro for this, when we was having a chat, I don't spend any more than...
10 seconds.
15, 20 seconds without at least saying something.
Yeah. So that was the longest he'd been quiet for probably since I've met him.
Yeah. It was like the house of, what's it called? The House of Wax?
Yeah.
And it was literally when my lips became sealed and I was...
Yeah.
That's it. I couldn't say a thing for 25.
I'd be devastated. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm like, get it off, mate. Fuck that. I'm not doing the recording. Yeah, mate.
But it was
it was really fun though. It was really good.
It was unique, very unique, but it was also brilliant at the same time. And we've got the results from after. They've got to do a test with those.
Yeah, it's so weird, like actually seeing your face, like because when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, is that what I look like?
From all angles.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird. It's really strange. But it was good fun though. It was good fun.
Not that we can say exactly what's going to happen with the once they create the skin and everything else.
Yeah.
Not that we can say what's going to happen, but all I can say is wow.
It's gonna be messy.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
That's great. When is it kind of when are you set to like record the actual scenes and things?
So the filming actually begins tomorrow for some of the scenes. Not our scene. Our one, I believe, we're actually going to be on set for most of it anyway.
Yeah.
But our actual scene won't be until
October, probably.
It'll be in October, yeah.
So we'll actually be doing it in October.
And then, we haven't actually said the name of it. I mean, I guess it's a great place to mention it.
Yeah.
It's actually called Pinocchio Unleashed.
Yeah.
And it'll be released in cinemas. So it's
2025.
2025. And hold tight for it because it's going to be... I mean, it's already a weird story, right?
It is a weird story.
Pinocchio is already a strange story. So it's a perfect kind of thing to turn into a horror.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I can't wait. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's so sick. Imagine,
it's going to be...
Imagine if people...
Invite us to the premiere.
Yeah, we will.
We'll do that.
Secondly, imagine if it's that successful that people dress up as you two for Halloween and you become like Halloween characters.
That would be
how fucking sick would that be? Right, it'd be amazing.
That's so cool.
That would be so cool.
Do you know one thing? What have we not done yet for Halloween, like properly, a proper Halloween big do or something?
What?
Imagine just randomly turning up as Hanson and Cindy, and I mean a proper...
Yeah.
Just the doors open and Hanson and Cindy walks in. We've never done that, We've never done that.
You'd think we would have, but we never have.
Yes, that's fun, man. All right, anything else? You been up to anything else or just chilling, living your best life?
Apart from that, shagging.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
As per.
Nice.
Yeah, shagging on and off camera.
That's a healthy relationship. Good for you. I like that.
Yeah.
We obviously we'll talk about that. Apart from the live cast, just with the kids, really.
Yeah,
taking our kids go to stage school, so we've been taking.
I went to Alton Towers last week.
Yes, we did.
That was really fun.
Yeah, that was really.
That was really cool.
Oh, nice.
We literally went on every single ride. Yeah. By the end of the day, we were so tired because we stayed up there the night before, and then in hindsight, we really should have stayed up there the night after because we were absolutely shattered. So when we were leaving, we got like these double shot coffees, and me and him were absolutely wired the whole drive home. We're like.
You
I was.
You two okay? You're like, yeah.
We're cool. Put some music on.
Good. Do you know what I found really cool about that is that I think throughout this journey of what we've been doing, I mean, we all must have had it. You guys must have had it at some point in your lives. Did you ever have that feeling when you went to a theme park, and whether you go abroad and you're at Disney or whatever it might be, and some of us didn't get to do none of that as kids, but did you ever go to these places and you could never actually stay in the hotel, like the hotel that belongs to Disney, the hotel that belongs to Alton Towers. You could never do it because you just wasn't allowed. You couldn't afford it, and it was just impossible.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? Like the feeling of taking the kids and actually being able to stay in the main hotel. Like I felt like I was a kid again.
Yeah.
Like, forget the kids for a second. You know what I mean? At this point, I was like, "Fuck
Stop
off."
the kids.
I felt like a kid, and it's just.
He loved it.
It was amazing. It was just.
He is a big kid at heart, though. He loves Christmas, Halloween, anything. He loves it. So he is such a big kid at heart.
Yeah. But I think it humbled us because we were just like, wow.
Oh, it was cool.
Like we get to do this, and it's like you never could before. But look at the kids; look how much they're smiling. And
I know. And our daughter is such like an adrenaline junkie, so she would just wanted to get on every roller coaster. She got around all of them. Oh, and then on Sunday she did a skydive.
What a
she
queen!
turned 16.
How old is she?
16.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So, she turned 16
Jumped
and then
out
did
of a plane.
a skydive.
crazy.
3 days
crazy.
after her birthday.
That's so
Yeah.
sick.
It makes it all worth it, doesn't it? When you can like do the stuff that you couldn't do, and then you can take your kids to certain places and stuff. It makes everything online that you do worth it. All the hate and stuff, it just
There you go. The hate,
Exactly.
hate that
You live through your kids, don't you?
Hate's never hate. Nobody out there on this bloody planet hates anyone. No one hates anyone. We know who you hate. You know personally who you really hate. It's a strong word.
Yeah.
No one out there hates anyone.
No.
It's just it's such a thrown around thing where it's like, I don't like you. And I say, why? Bring the same energy that you would if you were standing in front of me without me being arrogant and selfish. But why? And every time it's
I don't know.
You are right.
Do you know what it is? It's because you look like you're getting something for nothing. They don't see all the work behind the scenes. All they see is you pop up on a screen for like 30 seconds and that's your job done and you get money for it. That's literally what it is. People don't understand the actual work that does go into social media.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not like we don't work on oil rigs and shit, but it's still hard work. And people just think you get cash chucked at you, and it's not like that at all.
I know, yeah.
It's harder than people realise. Is the point for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is something we touched on when we were having like the pre-interview with you guys. Is that you work really hard to create this sort of content, both sort of like almost kind of PG-13 in terms of social media.
Yeah.
And then you've got the stuff on the other side, which Kimmi and Rick are both sort of got experience in. Like Kimmi said, the perception is, it's all right for them. There's a sacrifice there, and there's hard work, and there's time.
Yeah. I was saying the other day that you give up working 40 hours a week for someone else to work 80 hours a week for yourself.
There you go.
100%. It's true.
I mean, I'll be brutally blunt about it. Anyone who doesn't create content on social media, they've got no fucking idea, and they're just narrow-minded cunts. If they're going to give us hate, they can suck a dick, can't they? Because they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They do not know, do they?
100%.
No, he's right. Fuck them, the cunts.
literally, like people don't see what goes on behind the scenes, how much work you put in, how much time you put in, how much effort you put in, and like exactly what Kimmi just said. Literally, it might only be 12 to 60 seconds long, but prior to that, and the build up and the prep and whatever else, there's so much more that goes on for us to just post that out, and people are like, oh my god, like. It's wild, man. People say to me, and I'm not in any respect, people are like, oh, Rick, mate, you're famous. I'm like, you dumb. I just got a couple of followers on Instagram, mate. Like, I just make Instagram reels for fun because I enjoy it.
No, you're smashing it, Rick. You are smashing it, Rick. You are.
So slowly, thank you, that's very kind. But
don't underwhelm yourself, mate. Don't underwhelm yourself.
But people talk to you differently, and they nearly treat you differently, don't they? Because you've got followers on Instagram, which I find really odd, right? So I could talk to fucking Beyonce, and I wouldn't be like, oh my god, hi. Like, I'd be like, hey, what's up? You good? Like, oh, fair play. Like, fucking, you're doing all right, you know? Well done. Smashed a couple of awards. Fucking 100 million on Instagram. Fair play. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and everybody's normal, like, and this is what I'm really excited for people to see about you guys, kind of behind the scenes, behind the camera, is just see the real nitty gritty. Both of you have some very open and honest discussions about real life, about kids, about fucking, having sex on camera and making a living off of it. You know,
Yeah.
what's gone on in your background to where you are now, and living life for your kids, like you just said. Like I was very, very similar. So this year in April, I took my kids to Disneyland. I never went to Disneyland when I was a kid. I had the best time of my fucking life. Literally, I saw Pluto and fucking felt like I was 5 years old. Truly, I was like, oh my God, it's Pluto. I was like, I have to get like, I would have joined the queue, mate, with a load of 6-year-olds being like, I'm fucking getting a picture of this big guy. Like, I was living my best life. And it was all because, one, I work fucking hard, and two, if I can afford it, I'm going to do it, man. And if people don't like it and they want to get jealous, well, you can suck a dick, because I work very, very hard. So I'm very proud and very, very happy that I got to do that. That's what I say.
100%.
Yeah, touche to that, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I just think when people are like giving you shit, it's not jealousy. It's just, there's something, like I said, we were saying the other day, like there's just something lacking in their life. And it's probably not even money, whatever it is, there's obviously something lacking in their life that they feel like they've got to go and give shit to other people. Yeah. And it's like, well, if you want it, go fucking get it.
Yeah.
Like, no one's stopping you getting a camera out or getting your fanny out. Like, go do it.
It's true. It's true.
We did.
Like, you're right. No, but you're right. Like,
this is so refreshing to see. But after sitting and watching the live on TikTok, which we did to sort of like tease some interest about this episode, and you guys were sort of real clear about, okay, we need to behave almost like it's a kids' TV show.
Yeah.
We've got to avoid certain words because there are people out there that will take the opportunity to report us, and the live will get banned, and that will kind of curtail what we can do.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to conduct yourself in a certain way, and you guys are really adept at that. So it's quite refreshing to have you in an arena where, like, you know, the leash is off, like,
hell yeah,
it's quite amusing.
I think what's really interesting is probably most people who aren't in front of the camera are probably very, very different to how they are in front of the camera because of social media kind of stipulations and rules and guidelines and things like that. So, I mean, there's so many creators that I would love to meet, obviously kind of not on camera, and just kind of have like a genuine interaction with, and I think it'd be really fun. So yeah, like obviously we've got you two. I'd really like to meet Cole. You know, Cole, the black dude, a real handsome chap. Handsome guy, doesn't
we probably know the face. Yeah,
probably with the face.
I'm better with faces than I am names.
Yeah. You'd know him, right? When we post this, we'll put a picture of Cole. He's really cool. I'd love to meet him off camera, just see what he's like. I'd love to Brady. Yeah. I would absolutely love to share a beer with Mashtag and just pick his brain and talk to him how I'm talking to you guys, just to see what he's like off camera. I'm sure he's just as scatty.
He's just the same.
Yeah, man. But they're like, for me, they're the two that I would like to meet the most, especially within the UK, of like the UK creators. And then obviously you got the Four Brothers. Have you seen the Four Brothers content as well?
They're great. Yeah. They are fun.
Like,
well, we shared the same management. So when we were with Alpha Talent,
they were under the same management.
They were under the same management at one point with us before we moved to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And those guys are brilliant.
Yeah.
In fact, they were when we started watching those guys do those skits in the golf courses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was the first time we'd sort of seen creators completely use their own voices, completely come up with their own ideas. And I know there was lots more at the time, but they were the ones that we kind of knew because of the fact they were signed with the same management at the time.
Yeah.
And they're brilliant.
They are brilliant.
Yeah. They you know, what those guys are like on camera, away from it, again, they're kind of similar.
I mean, what fascinates me, here we go, what fascinates me is how some people are so fucking different from what they are on camera.
Yeah, well done. Let's get in it. Let's do this.
No, I'm joking.
Because...
Are you going to call anyone out?
Fuck yeah, I'll fucking talk about it, because I talk about it quite a lot anyway. And what I like to do is I make these little subtle things about, people always ask me, you know, is there anyone you don't like? Well, as I told you, I don't hate anyone yet. No. But yes, I do dislike a few people. But my reasons for disliking them are obviously quite personal. And the person that I'm going, fuck it, and I'll say it, the person I'm going to talk about is purely based on, and he knows why. He knows that he's a muggy cunt.
And we have met this person. So it's not like we're just going off of like what we think. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
So look, and a lot of you know who it is, and you know, you'll know the name when I say the name. And I honestly couldn't give two fucks, because, you know, if the mug wants to like contact me and get it on and we get in a ring, I'd love to. I'd love to slap them all about the ring. I really would. And that's Dan Sprague.
Yeah.
I've just got to say, you know. And the only reason, look, it's not like it's something that's been festering.
Okay.
No, he's very. There's many situations, a couple with us, and then other situations that you just witness. I just think he's a very muggy person.
He's a fake knob. He's a fake. He's so fake. Fake.
He's very fake, and he tried to make a bit of a fool of us once, and it didn't really go down to it. And we've always been really polite, like we are, like you guys have seen us. We're very polite. We try and keep it very, cool and whatever. Yeah. And we're not exactly difficult to get along with. And I just felt like he tried to mug us off a little bit. And I was like, what are you doing?
He did. Like
what are you doing, Mum?
We was at an event. I think it was a Netflix event.
Yeah.
And
we didn't know he was going to be there.
No, didn't have any clue it was going to be there.
We didn't know.
So it's a family
event. So we've got the kids with us. He's got his kids with us. And all of this stuff. So, when everyone's chilling, the kids are having their faces painted. Like, it's that sort of day, right?
Dan's got to get his bit of content in.
He's got to get his clout.
Got to say it again, cunt. Comes running over, gets his camera in front of us. Oh, look, it's the Hannisons. Oh, normally they don't have their clothes on. Whatever his fucking accent is. Normally they don't have their clothes on. And that was it.
Our kids were right there.
I was just gunning for him immediately and I went, oi. I said, I'm with my kids, mate.
But also, just another thing, no one's ever heard this part before, but we made very, very good friends with the girls that were running the cloak bit, like with the coats and all this stuff. And we were standing there, we were chatting to them for ages. They were like probably the most two realest people in there, right? So we was chatting to them and we're talking about like OnlyFans. So obviously we were doing OnlyFans and they was like, oh my God, so we were talking about it. Sprague turns round and he goes, no, yeah, I don't do that. I wouldn't do that. I was like, you're a fucking liar, mate. You are such a liar.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
I was like, you definitely got your wanger out.
He's got his own platform, hasn't he? Only
of course he has.
And he brings it in and out as and when he feels.
He picks and chooses.
But then he tries to what pisses us off is because it's like in the beginning, he I used to do it on my own, like on TikTok and things like that before he got involved. And there was a little group of them that used to take the fucking piss. Not just out of me, but out of girls that were doing it in general. And I do believe it came from jealousy. Because it was a bit like, how dare these girls come on here and shake their boobs a little bit and make money?
Like, what was it they used to say? Oh, if you want to get your fanny out for £5 a month, you do that.
And it was just a little bit ironic when he then went and made an OnlyFans account. And he was just like, bro, just own it, man. You've also got an all right piece.
Also,
just own it.
The other bone to pick about all this situation, it's got to be said, because we've said this from day one. And listen.
And by the way, this is the first time ever that we've spoken about this.
So I've met Dan Sprague.
All right.
Yeah,
I've met Dan, and I actually thought he was all right. I thought he was sound. We went on a ghost hunt with him, and it was actually all right. But
the idea that he nicked off.
Fuck all that. Listen, at the very beginning, it's got to be real. It's got to be real with you, Kimmy. No, it's got to be real with you, right? Listen.
Adam started that because
right?
we started watching it before
we watched it before Dan even got involved,
and
right?
then all of a sudden,
and basically, Adam was fantastic,
he was
right?
So good.
He was fantastic, and we still think Adam's all right. Yeah,
he actually really freaked me out once. I was like, oh my God, he's all right.
But he started that. He created it.
Yeah,
it was all about him, and then all of a sudden, it became the fucking Dan Sprague show. So what I'm going to say is this. In one of these first episodes that we ever watched, before anyone had seen it, he's jumping in and out of the circle. Adam's like, what are you doing? It's all just like, he's like a fucking kid. Do you know what I mean?
It was just a bit all over the place.
No, it was.
It was a shame to watch for Adam.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it hasn't gone on to do really well, but that was Adam's thing.
Yeah, but he won't.
That was Adam's thing.
They won't admit that now. They won't admit that now.
Yeah.
We know.
And we watched it.
We know that it was Adam's. It then became the Dan Sprague show, and then all of a sudden they're doing their thing and whatever. Each to their own. I wish them all the success in the world. But if you do want to get in a boxing ring, mate, so I can smash your face in, I'll do it 100%. 100%.
What is question? You know KSI's boxing brand? Is it Misfits? Misfits Boxing. I think Misfits Boxing should put an event on.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah. You'd love it when you
listen, I'll take it any day of the fucking week. I don't give a shit. The problem I've got, not problem, but he's not going to do it. He won't do it.
I don't think he'd do it.
No. He's just like his ghost. He'll be like, boo.
Maybe he will. Yeah. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. You have officially called him out. I am not acting as anybody's manager here. I'm just fucking stirring the pot a little bit.
A bit.
I think Misfits should get in on the action on this and get TikToker versus TikToker.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be amazing. You've both got over 1 million followers on TikTok. You're both very popular gents, obviously on social media.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't like him, and 100% I would.
Yeah.
And as I said, I'm not.
He said this for so long though. Even but when we were in Costa Rica, he's like, I'd love to get him in the ring.
I've said it on live before, and then it just kind of goes unnoticed. But this is the first time I'm actually saying it, because after all this time of watching and everything, it's like, do you know what, mate? Yeah, you are fake. I can see right through you. I don't care what everyone else says. Yeah. I see right through you, mate. And the difference is I'm not. You can say whatever you like, buddy. I'm not fake. I'm none of the shit you've told people. But guess what, mate? You are what I'm telling you are. You are. So yeah, there it is, mate. There's your invitation, mate. Come and get a knuckle sandwich.
Okay. Okay.
This has gone in a fucking different direction.
My week was fine. I had a lovely week.
How was your week?
But no, very, 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 very quickly. My week, very busy. Lots and lots going on in my personal life. Good, very, very kind of fun, positive things, which I won't talk about yet until they happen. But hopefully they'll all come into fruition. I'm moving house in a couple of weeks, which is very exciting, into a bigger house, because obviously apparently I've got 90,000 children. So yeah, we get more space. But let's start the podcast. Let's go into Urban Dictionary Corner, and let's let Mike take the lead and ask us some weird shit.
I've only got 3 questions, by the way. You could probably answer them now. Who farts the most?
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, me, yeah.
Definitely
him. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you call a cob or a bread roll or whatever the fuck you call it?
Sandwich.
It's a bread roll.
It's a cob, like sweet corn.
I thought that when I went to bread. Birmingham once, yeah. I got really confused.
You know, like a fucking, literally a bread roll. Like a crusty bread roll.
Don't change it, Rick. It's not crusty. It's just bread. Like what you put a burger in.
A roll.
Okay. That's fine. We'll move on.
Yeah, we call it a roll. Yeah, roll. Definitely a roll.
Have you ever been airlifted off a mountain?
No.
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 Just a couple of times we might have needed to.
No, we've never been airlifted off of a mountain.
That's good. It's just Rick then.
Funny cunt. Yeah. I had to get rescued off a mountain last year when I went and climbed.
Oh, shit.
Oh, did you really?
He's now known as Airlift Rick.
It's pretty wild. Yeah, literally. Yeah,
I thought that I'd given him quite a bit of shit for the airlift thing, but Kimmy is not letting this shit go.
Yeah, mate. Kimmy's in, mate. Yeah, fucking bitch. Yeah, basically, we were very, very close to the top, about 200 meters from the peak, or summit, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And the end of the climb was basically a vertical climb. So obviously you've got like a gradual hill. You've then got something, is it scrambling? Where you're on all fours. And then obviously you've got vertical climb, quite literally fucking up a rock cliff. At the end of it, it was a vertical climb. I got about 30 meters in, got vertigo.
You got a bit dizzy.
Oh no!
Couldn't move. Never had vertigo in my life. Got up about 20 more meters, wedged myself basically on 2 rocks. Didn't move for 4 hours.
Bless you, man. That must have been pretty scary.
Yeah, it was wild, man. Yeah, it was wild. But then 2 days later, I went and did another hike and climbed a big mountain.
Got over it.
And I was absolutely
fine. Thing to do.
But that's why she obviously asked you that question, because she's a tosser.
Right then, you bastards. Can we please take a trip to Urban Dictionary Corner?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Would anyone like to hazard a guess as to what a Phoenix riot shield is?
A Phoenix riot
shield. So,
is it? Can you just give us a hint and tell us whether it's
Well, I'm
sexual
not
or
allowed to give that hint
non-sexual?
anymore, because if I give that hint and somebody gets it before someone has a guess,
I'll be very angry.
She'll get her arse in her hands.
Okay, well, nobody's guessed.
I would say it's slightly sexual.
What was it?
I've got an idea.
Arizona riot shield.
No, Phoenix.
What's a Phoenix riot?
Phoenix.
Phoenix is a bird that comes out from the ashes and rebirths life. And a riot shield is it
very spiritual.
I've got an idea.
Dear.
Do you want me to tell you mine first? So,
All right, Kimmy, go.
you said
You got an
slightly
idea.
sexual.
Go.
I think this is a defense mechanism for a guy's butthole. So, do you know how he don't want anyone to go near there? So, his defense mechanism is to fart and set it on fire with an aerosol can, just for the warning, like, don't come near my butthole.
I've done that
I
before.
hope it's that. I really hope
You've done
it's
that
that.
before?
I've actually done that before, and it does work.
You have
Hang
got
on,
to do
wait.
Your butthole to keep me away. Stop.
No,
Wait,
I had lit
you
a fart, and
say
it worked.
you say it can't be that. You've not heard some of the Urban Dictionary terms that we've had. It could very, very well possibly be just that.
Oh,
So-
no. I hope it is that.
Phoenix
Riot Shield. Maybe some kind of device for your cock. Something for your cock.
Phoenix.
I think it's another term for a sanitary term. That's what I think it is. I just think it's another term for a sanitary
Because it's like a
term.
right.
Phoenix.
Covering
I've
the
got no
Phoenix.
fucking idea.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Or
going to
you
go
like
with something
hold it
for
up
your
in their
cock.
face.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know, putting a fire out with your jizz or something. I don't know. Like, what is
Putting a
this?
fire out.
That's the only place my head is
Sorry,
going right now. Like,
the average amount of jizz that a man can create, and you're sitting there saying, put out a fire. What kind of fire are we talking about?
well, you never know. You could start a fire. if
What
it's
kind of
right.
fuck? Yeah. Who's jizzing that much? I want to know. Because I want to watch that shit on Pornhub.
No, you don't. You want to watch it on OnlyFans.
Right then.
True.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in Phoenix, Arizona. That this is a thing.
Oh wait, is it nothing to do with the
Oh, the
bird?
place.
Oh, I thought you meant Phoenix is in the
Oh,
bird.
like the bird.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Brad's like, oh, it's so fucking beautiful and godly and world. And he's like, no, mate, it's the fucking state.
That was as if it was like, oh, if you'd have said that, I'd have got it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point.
That makes the world of difference.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Phoenix, Arizona. They got shitloads of mountain and it's really hot.
Deserts, yeah.
If that makes
Right.
makes any difference.
The Phoenix Riot Shield. When a man is forced to splash his own man juice onto a napkin and hold it in front of him to defend himself from an attacker.
I think I should have half a point for that.
You did say women's
So
sanitary.
as you're
No,
getting
I
that
did
sense,
not. I said defense mechanism. You said period.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
how are
see how
been
fucking
attacked?
ratty she gets.
I know. It pisses me off
Yeah, she
because
gets-
he always wins.
She's just trying to.
If you're getting
score these
attacked by
points.
someone,
When are you taking the time to jizz?
yeah, you've got to get hard first. But wait.
Wait.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, bro. That's impossible unless you're like. earlier, like
Unless you've got a
fucking
scared
Peter.
kink.
No, this is my comeback. Yeah,
You've got to be
that's-
pretty
yeah.
quick off the draw.
You'd have to be.
Like-
Maybe it's like halfway through, like halfway through a wank, they get scared. Oh, I've gave someone a scared orgasm before. A scared orgasm.
A what?
Okay, I'll tell you all about it. So
I love
right.
this.
No,
Whoops.
I'm going to cut in that. No, I'm not. No, we don't need to tell this story. This story doesn't need to come out onto the media.
does.
No,
does.
Yes,
it's
you
not.
do.
No.
Wait. Back in
Let-
your box, you.
Mute
Back in your
him.
box.
Mute
Let's
him.
mute him
Back in your box.
and talk us
Hold on.
through this, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next confession is from our very own courageous co-host, Kimmi Rick. I believe that this is going to be too hot for TikTok. So if you want to hear this, you're going to have to join the Patreon. It's a free trial for 7 days, and then it's £3 a month for the first tier. After that, there's loads of bonus content on there. We've just put a bunch of stuff from the guys' trip to Scotland, but we're going to start to listen to Kimmy's little story. We'll be back with you in a moment. That was a revelation about our editor, Mr. Bigfoot. That was yeah, very interesting. Yeah,
was
check out
fucking
Patreon
brilliant.
for that. Now,
I enjoyed that a lot.
Rick, you have a question.
I do have a question. My first question is, when did you guys first start posting on social media, regardless of what platform? And when did it really start to change for you, where you started getting virals and your profile started gaining?
You go first, yeah.
So when we first started, it was just me, and then I got all my accounts banned.
Actually, hold on, before that,
Funded.
I used to post on Vine.
Oh yeah, you used to post on mine like way back in the day.
Yeah. So I kind of did that for fun, and then it didn't last very long.
Yeah, way back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it used to just be me, and then I lost all my accounts, and I was like, oh fucking hell, this is a ball ache. So literally, so we decided to just start doing it together because we were doing content and stuff together anyway. So we were like, right, let's do it as a couple. So we started off like doing it as a couple, and it was very focused on, you know, OnlyFans, Pornhub, that kind of vibe. You know, it was just tongue-in-cheek stuff.
Adult humour.
Yeah, you know, the old adult humour. And then
marketing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then over time, and the more we posted, I'd say about 6 months into that, every comment, didn't matter what we did, didn't matter what we were talking about, every single time he would always get the comment, do you know you look like the guy from Scary Movie? Like, you look like the butler from Scary Movie. Like, didn't matter.
Does he use his strong hand?
Does he use his strong hand? All this stuff. And we were like, what? Like,
what are you on about?
Honestly, I'd never looked at him once and gone, oh my God, you look like the guy from Scary Movie. Like, it just hadn't even crossed my mind.
I never thought you looked like Hannisons.
Yeah, so we'd never even thought about it. And then we kind of just one day, we were making a bit of an adult humour TikTok, but we used the sound of Take My Strong Hand or something. When it was like, take my hand. And then I was like running away from him going, no! Yeah. Like, you know.
That was all it was.
And then that kind of took off and they were like, holy shit, the two worlds have just collided. You know. And then from there we was like, and everyone was like, oh my God, you do look like him.
Yeah.
And then we didn't really do it for a while after that, did we? No. We kind of stuck to just like
funny stuff,
generic funny stuff, because we kind of started coming away from the adult side of things. And I'm not coming away from it. We just started posting less about it because we were getting in more trouble for it.
Yeah.
So we kind of just went over to comedy stuff. And then one day we were really in a rush to go to a barbecue, and we hadn't posted anything, had we?
No.
And
so we was in a rush to go to this barbecue, and then I was like, you know what? I had this suit that genuinely I bought for someone's wedding. And I went to this wedding in that suit that I wore in every skit was originally for a wedding, and I wore it to the wedding. Of course, I didn't have the hand. And I said, right, look, quick, we've got to throw something together. Now, at the time, there was a trend, and it was some kind of do-do-do, do-do-do.
It was like, they bang on the wall.
And it was ba-ba-ba. Which is a trend that everyone did with their hand.
And he had this little acrylic fake
I'm doing this as I'm. And I was banging against the door frame, and all I did was bang against the door frame, and halfway through,
I popped in.
Cindy appears
in a black wig. So, and that was it, and we were like, "Fuck it, that'll do."
And 25 million views later, that was the very first.
By the time we got to the barbecue, it was on 5 million.
Oh God! And we were like, "What's going on?
What the fuck?
What just happened?" And then because Chris Elliott does not have social media whatsoever anywhere, it kind of opened the gateways, because I don't know how, but every other comment is, "It has to be you," or "Whoa, how have you not aged?" or "Wow, I grew up watching you. You're my idol." And then you're like, no, you can't obviously be me. He's in his 60s. What are you not fucking trying to say?
He's not British either.
Yeah, he's not British. But we just took it from there. Once we realised that, hold on a minute, we might have something here. We then got our friends, obviously Kaz and Kieran. They're a great guy. We love them to pieces, the brothers. We had Alex Thwaites. And we had our neighbours.
And our neighbour, we used our neighbour's kitchen to recreate like the whole dinner scene.
Do you remember Keenan and Kel? Do you remember when he used to say, I need a sack of potatoes? I need a sack of potatoes, a bat, and an oak tree. Why do you need that? Just bring it. Anyway, that's what happened. I said, look, just bring you guys.
Bring all this stuff.
Try and match those outfits.
And they got so into it, and we loved it.
I said, just run with it and let's see what happens. And 8 hours of filming with no chemistry tests. That got 50 million views. The entire series.
Insane.
In the first hit. And while they were sitting there, they'd never seen it before. And I said, I don't know what's going to happen, guys.
Well, I just feel like this is going to do well.
But watch this. And in the first few minutes, it went to 60,000, and they were like, "What?" And we were just, and that was
we're all in this kitchen like, "Way!" We were like, "What?" Throwing the turkey.
I was fucking the turkey.
I love it. That's so cool.
But yeah, so that's kind of where it started, like properly, to be honest. And it's been a fun little journey ever since.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that for? So how long have you been doing the hand?
So that started in 2021?
I'll probably
Or
say
2022.
the last 2 years I've been doing that. And,
Yeah.
some people get badly intimidated about, playing handsome, but it's rather simple. You just got to know the anatomy of handsome and fuck the shit out of it.
That's fucking brilliant.
I love
I
that.
fucking love it. When did you start OnlyFans? And was it you first on your own?
Yeah.
And then
I mean, he
back-
joined in, obviously. Like, needed a cock.
He just skunk cock.
Yeah. I respect
But
Also,
yeah, and we just kind of I started it pre-lockdown, just because I just wanted to make an extra 500 quid a month.
That's it. That's what you said, didn't you?
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
literally,
fucking
and it was
yeah.
before lockdown,
Yeah,
before
yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. And then in the first month, I earned $2,000, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
The fuck? And there's me, like, doing 12-hour shifts.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and he was still working at this point, so he was still running his company at this point, and he was out working every day. And to be honest, we just couldn't fucking believe it.
yeah.
We was like, wow, because I've done glamour modelling and camming and all this stuff. I've done it since my early 20s, so it wasn't like a new thing for me. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't like I was like, oh shit, this is all new. I was just like, oh shit, I can do it from home. Okay, So yeah, that's just kind of how it started, really. And then you joined in.
Yeah, and then it just went from $2,000 to
Yeah.
$10,000 to $15,000 to
Yeah.
fucking hell. And then you're like, whoa. And, yes.
And it was and it just kind of, and then, but you know what? It was, the one thing about it though is I don't give a shit what anyone says about us doing it, because he lost his company because of lockdown, right? He got knocked for so much money. He got knocked for £250,000.
And the rest, but basically
And-
about, a big, massive chunk.
And if we hadn't have had that to fall back on, we would have been up shit creek without a paddle, would have been homeless, would have had nothing, and it would have been locked
Wouldn't
down.
have even been up a creek.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have even had nothing. So I'm like, in our minds, especially when people were giving us shit at the time, I was like, you guys have got no fucking idea. And then I'd go get a job. I'm like, where? Everything's fucking
exactly.
shut.
Yeah, and also,
I
think what we got to a stage where I think we spoke about this before this, but what I say it on here now, we did in the beginning, and it's true for a lot of people that started this, got a lot of hate. It's true.
No, loads.
Trust me, we got a lot of hate. And,
yeah.
and the fact that we had kids, that's a problem now.
And I got a lot of hate as well because I was doing it on my own at first. So because it was a girl on her own, it was, you're a slut. You're obviously fucking around. Your kids are going to get bullied. You're ruining their life. Blah, blah,
real classes.
And I was like, fuck off.
I've had all of that.
And it's kind of part and parcel of it. But it's like,
yeah, it is.
but you guys are you're only angry because it's not on Pornhub for free.
Yeah.
That's the issue here. Not because of what you care about what I'm doing. You just don't like the fact that I'm not doing it for fucking free.
And I ended up I came up with something which, and this was completely original, this thing that I've said probably millions of times, but I'll say it on here because it's true. And this is for everyone. This is on behalf of every sex worker, anyone who's ever worked in the industry, currently does. And now this goes out, and this is also for everybody that sits there and has anything to say out of their gobby traps about people that do it. And this is it. So some people don't want to fly airplanes because they're scared of heights. Some people don't want to work with some people don't want to work with shit. Some people don't want to bloody work with animals,
or old
kids,
people, or
elderly.
whatever.
You've always heard someone say, I'm not wiping someone's ass, or I'm not doing that. Well, at the end of the day, they're jobs. They are jobs, whether you like it or not.
Just a job.
And 99.9% of the entire world, regardless of your religion, creed, background, it doesn't matter, you all watch porn in some form or another. And you do. And the reason it doesn't matter about us being your cup of tea, or anyone's, or Kimmy's, or it doesn't matter who it is because there is a search bar at the top of every fucking site.
That's why there is one.
It's the first thing. You all do it. You don't click on it and go, oh, I'm going to look at what's featured today. No, you don't. You go straight to the search bar and I want what I want. I want anal. I want animals. I want whatever the fuck it is that people do. You all use the search bar.
Beast out.
You know what I mean? Everyone has their thing that they look
Yeah.
for. And while you're having your special tug or doing whatever the fuck it is you do, you don't look at the people that have made that content and go, oh, I'm going to get their email address, or I'm going to comment, I'm going to be horrible to them. You're sitting there waiting to offload into your crispy sock, your fucking blanket, t-shirt, or whatever you can get hold of. And that's about it. So don't go in on the people that create that content because, trust me, fucking 1 minute of watching our content's better than 10 seconds with the missus, isn't it? Or your partner, or
But
whatever.
it's like if it all disappeared tomorrow, you'd all fucking moan then as well.
Because your imagination's half people.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so don't hate the player, hate the game, man.
Simple as that.
You know, it's like, we're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, don't get me wrong. There is definitely a dark side to porn.
Yes.
Definitely a dark side to porn, and there is an unhealthy habit with it for some people. But there is also that with alcohol, smoking, drugs, blah, blah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not the thing as a whole, it's the individual who takes it to that level, or the people that do that take it to that level, that make that bad. We are so vanilla.
We're vanilla, yeah.
Like, and we've always said that. Like, we are very vanilla. We don't even do anal. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm just not that.
You should definitely try it.
Oh, I've tried. I just thought, it just...
Keep going. Say it again.
The only time I've done it was when I was really drunk once, and it was like, oh, that was great, but I just, it's just not for me. But this is what I'm saying, but that's us, and people like it. And if they don't, they go somewhere else.
That's why we're vanilla, we're not chocolate couple, you know what I mean?
It's like, that's just how we are. And so we like to say, you know, we used to say, it's ethical porn. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, your socials now, like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, are all of them PG?
So
Twitter, we don't
pretty much. Twitter is probably the least PG. There's definitely maybe got a bit of nip. Bit of snip every now and then, but I don't use it as much anymore.
No.
Like, I used to use it a lot, but Instagram is PG, so is TikTok, and that's on Facebook.
I used to like heavily advertise OF. So I did TikTok first, and then I started OF, and then I moved to like really advertising OF and doing adult humour and stuff and trying to get the subs in. And then they got to a point where people kind of got sick of OnlyFans creators and they didn't want to see them on the screens anymore. And anyone that was on the screens just basically got shit and they got banned. So I decided to like switch it up and go full PG on all of my socials, apart from Twitter. Twitter has the odd like, I don't show nip on there, but I have like them covered. But I think that works better for people because when they do subscribe to your OF, they have that massive like shock of, oh my god, this is actually good stuff. This is not just a sneaky nipple, this is actual content.
Definitely.
And I think that's what's great about staying PG on socials. And I try and tell like my friends and stuff, you don't need to have everything out on your socials, because once they've seen it, they don't give a shit. Once they've seen your tits, they don't care. You've got to have something like back a bit that you can they can go on there and be surprised. So
100%,
but
100%.
I agree with you about the kids things as well. Like I said before, like the stuff you can do with your kids, like moving abroad and stuff, you wouldn't have been able to do that without doing the sex work. So fuck it.
Never.
Like you'd be in exactly the same position you was in before, still struggling, still working stupid hours. Now you do that and you do it all for yourself, and I think that's I can only see that as a good thing.
100%. Like our kids, like, people find it really hard to believe, but it's like, I'm not going to sit my kids down and do a bloody interview with them to prove it, because people would still say it was fake. But our kids genuinely don't give a shit. All they care about is, do we love them? Do we spend time with them? And are we good parents? Like, that's genuinely all they give a shit about. They don't even care about having cool shit or, you know, whatever. They honestly just love the fact that both are, because before we did it, we were both out the house all the time, you know, so they just love the fact that for the last few years or whatever, we've been able to spend every single day with them, pick them up from school, take them to school, go wherever it is, pick them up from this place, go this place. And it's not even always about going out and doing cool shit and expensive shit. It's just being there.
Yeah, and also, I can, hand on my heart, I can also say, right, obviously we're not going to name names or anything else, but we know there's a tidal wave of people that do this, and I'm so against it. But, you know, again, each to their own. And we make money for our kids. Right? We don't make money off our kids. Simple as that.
You know.
Right? And I can hand on heart tell you, regardless of what we've done and what content we've created, they've been protected. Always.
They've been very protected.
Inside school and outside school, they've been protected because we're real, right?
And even when we moved to Costa Rica, like, I think people sometimes thought maybe we moved away because they were getting bullied. We were not. We didn't move away, because if we did do that, then they wouldn't have wanted to come back. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, even when they were at school, like, people, there was so many comments, like, the ignorance behind it. They're like, your kids are going to get bullied. I was like, really? Because they're at school every day and nothing's happened.
It's the adults. It's the adults with that weird view. Like, the kids don't actually give a shit. My kids have never been bullied about it, and I don't think they ever will. I think it's becoming more normal for people to have these kind of jobs now, and like being on social media and stuff. And my kids have never been bullied, and they honestly don't give a shit. So I can understand there might be some, but I can guarantee the ones that are bullying are the ones whose parents have got the same views. Because kids are just not like that.
No, exactly.
Right,
you know,
well, changing.
I bet the parents have searched on Pornhub.
It's like, you know, like, because we spoke to our kids about it before, especially like our middle daughter, and we used to say to her, like, you know, is everything okay? Like, has anyone said anything? She'd be like, Mum, no one gives a shit. Like, she's like, no kid gives a shit what their parents are up to.
No, she's like, most of them know that you're on TikTok. They don't give a shit about what you say. And the other side is, even if there was, again, like being real and being like how things used to be in the old days, I don't do the whole, oh, evening, Mr. Smith, can we arrange an appointment? Fuck with that. I just go straight down to school and deal with it. And there's a couple of times when it happened, it had nothing to do with us. It was purely to do with normal things that happen in school. Yeah. But it was dealt with. That's it. Yeah. It lasted not very long. Job done. Don't do it again. And it never happened again.
And that was never anything to do with what we were doing.
It's like, also like when the child gets bullied, they're trying to say it's your fault instead of blaming the kids that are actually bullying them.
That's right. That's
the issue, isn't it?
How about we teach these kids that are doing the bullying to be a little bit more open-minded?
And take a bit of accountability for the fact that your parents are fucking shit.
And maybe you're just a little shit.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
You're right. You're right, bro. It comes from
That's it, mate.
It is always, they're a product of the parents.
No one wants to say it, though. They go, well, you know, if you weren't doing this, they wouldn't be saying it. You don't know what? Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so flip it on its head then. So if I'm such a disgusting person who doesn't give a fuck about my kids, how have they turned out so great then?
How come they're so good?
How come they're so respectful and well-mannered and doing well and not going around bullying other fucking kids?
Yeah, how about that?
Do you know what I mean? And
you're like, you force your kids to do TikToks. Like, fuck. They love acting. We don't, in fact...
No, but for years, we didn't put them on anything.
They literally go to stage.
We have to say no. We have to say no a lot of the time. We have to be like, Marnie, no, we can't.
Yeah.
Please, can we do another one? No.
But and honestly, for years and years and years, we didn't put them on anything. No. It was really like on lockdown. We wouldn't have nothing.
Never.
And suddenly, as they've got a little bit bigger, and they've genuinely come to us and been like, "Yes, should we do one?" You know, and we're like, "Yeah, right, cool." You know, so it's like, cute, and I'm also very, especially with our youngest, because she's just, oh my God, she just wants to get involved with TikTok because she sees it as acting, but she's so young, and I'm also very aware that she's not aware of how many people it's going out to. Yeah. So right now, she's, for me personally, like you said, we make money for our kids, not off of our kids, and right now for me, she's not aware enough of the gravity of what it is. So we do really limit it as much as we can. And it is only the odd occasion when we're doing like a little acting thing and she's like, please let me do a TikTok.
Even though she'll walk past and you'll turn around and go, can you come here a sec? And she'll be like, 2 minutes Turkish.
2 minutes Turkish. She loves it though.
Yeah,
she does it all the time. 2 minutes Turkish.
Love her.
But yeah, so
she's brilliant. I mean, there's silly things. Like sometimes we brought her up in a certain way. Like you can understand how I am, and the kids are kind of like that. And I like it because sometimes I'll turn around and say, "Did you flush the chain?" And she'll go, "Did it sound like I flushed the chain?"
Did you hear it?
I go, "Well, I didn't hear it." And I didn't really hear it. She goes, "Well, I did." And I'm like, "Yeah, but."
No, it's the one time she walked in and you went, "Did you flush?" And she went, "Well, did you hear it?" And he went, "Yeah." She went, "Well, why are you asking me then?"
She's 5 years old, and I'm like,
I've got one of them.
Fair enough.
Fair point.
So anyway, that's where our kids are.
So they are
savvy, aren't they? Like kids are savvy, man.
Girls are like,
I love it.
Girls are the worst, aren't they? The worst.
Mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like our son was so easy. Like, I'm not saying our girls were hard. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Our boy is just like,
oh my God, you two are crazy, man. My daughter's like the easiest kid in the whole entire world. She is the light of my life, and I spoil. Literally, she's like, "Dad," I'm like, "You can have fucking zebra, mate. If you ask me, like, I will move the earth if I can for you. I'm terrible with her. Like, I'm so bad. But then my two sons are so hard, mate. Fuck me, they're so
Yeah,
hard.
that's like dog.
Like, they ruin my life every day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
anyway.
gonna say, fellow like you.
Mate, I love them. I love them so much, but I really struggle with them. I find them.
Oh,
so
how old are
difficult
they?
to
Are they
learn.
like?
Arlo's 5.5. Rupert's
Oh, bloody hell.
Boys
So
when they're
really
little,
hard.
don't get me
Oh,
wrong,
my
they
Lord.
are so boisterous. It's like,
Yeah.
Good luck, Rick.
even like our
Good luck,
son,
Rick.
when he was little, it was like,
Hell, man.
he'd be jumping off of the sofas and, you know, mooning people and all this stuff. Do you know what I mean? But as he got older, he's levelled out.
No, now he's like John Wick.
Oh, he is like John Wick.
No, he's just
We all call him
fucking-
John Wick.
He's done a bit of like Thai boxing and stuff, and he's you know he's about it. He's so
He's
savvy.
like the silent
Very
type. Do you know what I mean? He's
respectful, you know?
very respectful, like, and he
Yeah.
just, like, most people don't know how to take him because he's a man of few words. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not like us. We'll chat for England. And so he'll just stand there, and he's like, and he's got long hair, like longish hair. And he's like, and it's like, we called him John Wick because like, we just don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it's a bit fucking nervous sometimes.
Like, I asked him to apologise,
we
and then I'm like, okay, then what happened? He went, well, I asked him again. I went, all right, and then what happened? He went, well, I asked him the third time. I said, what happened after that? He went, well, he didn't apologise. And what happened then? And then obviously, you know, I just give him a little fist bump. And I'm well done. Good.
Yeah.
At least you asked him 3 times. That's
He
it.
can look after himself, put it that way. And that's the other thing. We've always taught our kids to look after themselves
Hell yeah.
in situations. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
don't go around being a dick, but if someone goes for you, you go for
Sort
it.
it out, yeah. He's like,
You know what I
you
mean?
know.
Like, if someone's going to come into your personal space and boundaries, they've already overstepped that mark.
Yeah.
Everything else is out the window.
You never be an arsehole.
Yeah.
You never be an arsehole.
Never start it, you know?
But never get treated
Exactly,
like
you
that as
know?
well.
I hate to interrupt this conversation, but this is the confessional, and we've not talked about one fucking thing.
I'm so sorry.
It's going to be a lot of editing for you, isn't there, bro?
sorry.
You're gonna be sitting
Oh
there
no, I don't do the editing anymore. That's all on Bigfoot these days, or Scareho, as I will now refer to it. Right then, we're good. We'll do 2 short and sweet ones, and then we'll get into some more in-depth confessions in the next episode. So, here we go. I once had a hemorrhoid so bad that I bought a little butt plug and put it in the freezer to shrink it. It worked.
That's a great idea.
Brilliant idea.
I have a question. Hemorrhoid is something
Piles,
that pops
yeah.
out your bum?
Yeah.
Little grapes. Bum grapes.
Why is it called hemorrhoids if it's fucking
They're
piles?
2 different names for the same thing. Hemorrhoids like your
Money
medical
and
terms.
vagina.
That's actually a really good piece of advice. Can I say?
It's a really good piece of advice. You know why? Because tomorrow I'm going to the doctor's, right?
Oh, no, you've got
Come on, right, let's put the
hold
butt
on,
plug
right?
in the freezer.
Hold on a minute.
No, that's
Before I
just
go
like-
and get fucking John Wick,
Can I
right?
say?
Come here, boy. No, what it is, look, it started off as like this tiny little thing. And now, look, say it as it is, when I go for a shit, it's like a fucking gremlin coming at me bum.
It's a little bit, because it's but we don't know what it is. So he's
No,
got
no.
to have a blood test tomorrow.
Does it
I'm going to have a
So-
blood test tomorrow. It's basically, I am a little bit worried, I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Yeah, it's actually quite, but we're like sitting there like, it may be that. I mean, we're not saying it's anything worse, but we just don't know yet.
It's just when I go to the toilet, it doesn't, it just seems like there's a gateway of gremlins it has to pass to get out. And I'm like, that's not normal.
But yeah, so that was actually a really helpful
So, yeah.
piece of advice.
So what was that again? What was that again? Take notes.
So you put a butt plug in a freezer, and that butt plug is then going to be maybe inserted or not.
Surely you've got to be careful with what the material is, because like if you stick your tongue on something that's icy, it gets stuck to it.
Oh,
That's
Right.
a good point.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
don't
that-
use the stainless steel one.
yeah, maybe
What's
a
the idea?
silicone.
But what's the idea behind
Yeah.
it? Freeze them off.
Well, just
No. It
Cool
just
down
it
and-
cools
Get
them.
Nah.
the swelling to go
I
down,
guess.
I guess.
yeah.
Because obviously
Oh,
swelling
I'm not
goes
really
down,
there
doesn't
to
it, when
comfort
it's
it, get rid of it.
compressed cold.
Have you tried the cream?
I respect that.
The hemorrhoid
Yeah.
cream.
Do you know what,
Little
Kimmy? I'm
bit.
not sure about other people on this planet, but probably me more than a lot of people. I'm very lazy with shit like that. In the way of, I'm one of those. It'll be all right.
Do you know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
long
yeah.
this has been going on?
Yes,
I'm like, fuck it. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Just keep it clean.
And I'm like, what about this? What about this? He's like, yeah.
And I do it once. And then I'm like, fuck it.
I'm the
It's
same.
awful.
So
Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work, did it? Yeah,
That's what I
I'm the
do.
same. Yeah,
That's what I do, you know. I used to
I'm
be
the
scared of
same.
needles, and then, you know, a long, long time ago in the gym, you know, I never really cared. I did steroids and all that. And that's when that phobia disappeared. And now going to the doctors tomorrow, this is the kind of appointment I would avoid. I'd be like, I'll just avoid it. But I'm going in tomorrow for the blood test, just to have a little look. And
well, now that he's back in England and back at our old GP, she don't take no shit. She's like, you're coming in.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, get it done. Get it sorted.
Exactly.
Get it
So I like
So
that
that turned
confession.
into their confession, into Brad's confession.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, whoever sent that confession in, thank you for the advice, because hopefully Brad will not have gremlins coming out of his arsehole next time he has a poo. So we appreciate you. How about that?
Okay.
All right, let's get into the next one.
Very short and sweet, this one, but they're multi-layered. Married man and having an affair, and also having an affair on my affair.
Oh.
Oh,
Hold on,
wow.
hold on. We need to categorise that. What is that?
so he's having an affair,
He's-
and also having an affair while he's on the affair.
So he's having an affair and having an affair
On the
affair.
person, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, he's got two mistresses.
He's a greedy boy.
Well, he is.
Do you know what we've always
Can
said? Like?
clearly get
That's a
some.
lot, man.
Yeah.
Oh, right, just hear me out. Hear me out for 2 seconds, right? How the fuck do you manage
that's a
that?
lot.
How?
We've always
Maybe
said-
he's. Maybe
I'm
he's
too
a
busy,
receiver.
bro. I'm way too busy.
No,
Maybe
Kimmy,
he's a
he's not
receiver.
talking about like a stamina thing. He's
Oh,
talking
sorry.
like logistics.
I don't
diary.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, it's not about sex.
Is that even
Genuinely,
toy in your hand?
I mean
You've got a
life,
toy in your hand,
like-
no.
No. It's a fidget toy.
Oh.
It's a squidgy.
Yeah, it's just a
not a butt
dildo.
plug.
Wait, no,
She just
no,
got it
it's
out the
just like,
freezer.
like truly. Yeah, she's gonna get rid of the little
It's a butt grape.
gremlins. No, like truly, right? Imagine your life right now, like, and everyone's pretty, like, on average, everyone's pretty busy, aren't they? Like, if you've got, and I'm not saying 9 to 5 is a bad thing, not at all, but if you've got a standard 9 to 5, you've got 2 kids, maybe a fucking dog, mortgage, 2 cars, and the only bit that you kind of get on your weekend is maybe to watch a football or go and play golf for 2 or 3 hours. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking maybe a standard life. How on earth do you find the time to, one, obviously have an active affair? And whatever, man, people have affairs. We're not here to judge. It happens all the time, probably way more often than we know. But then also have an affair on the person that you're already obviously cheating with on your wife. Right, so you've got a wife at home who inevitably you're unhappy with, so you're having an affair, and then you're also fucking. How do you find
Yeah.
the
I think-
time?
Actually,
That's what I want to
think
know.
it's based
sacrificing his
on-
golf time.
Yeah.
I reckon it's based on the needs. So I'm just going to throw this out and assume that one provides a certain kind of need, and maybe that person's told that person, you know, that he's doing. He's actually
it's
having
an affair.
an affair on an affair. So yeah, so he must be getting something from one and something from another. Otherwise, that's just fucking. That's just
It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot.
You're on thin.
It's a lot, man.
That's my
I had-
pedigree, chum.
I actually had that once. I had a guy who was cheating on me with a girl, but he also had like 3 other girls.
Oh.
And you know, you're like, how the fuck did you find time, bro? Like, literally, like, where, how? And I used to wonder why he was
Literally.
so tired and mad next to me. You know, like.
Or maybe he doesn't last very long. Maybe he just lasts for 30 seconds a time. So, you know, it's a minute between the two. So.
Maybe they,
Yeah.
like you said, maybe he's getting different things from
Yeah.
different people. Maybe one's an emotional thing and one's, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He's getting
Touche.
pegged at the other.
Maybe one is fully
Yeah.
emotional. Yeah,
God, can you imagine?
you are
like,
right. Like, it's just a
imagine,
lot,
like,
isn't it?
Halloween, not Halloween,
Oh.
Valentine's Day and birthdays and getting them mixed up. It's a bit sketchy, that, isn't it?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, yeah, man. Like having an affair, whatever. They happen all the time. But then trying to have the best of both worlds, but then having
that's
2
crazy.
others on the side.
You're going to slip up at some
Fucking hell.
point, I think.
That's a lot,
Did
isn't
you
it?
write a book or anything?
You know?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Just be single.
I would be heartbroken if that happened. Like, I'm not even going to lie.
Just let us say
Like,
just,
we've had this conversation before, and
Yeah,
it's no judgment. but we've had this conversation before, and I'm like, if you ever feel like you want to cheat, just leave me. Because that will hurt way less than finding out that you fucked someone else.
Yeah.
You know?
What's real sad is sorry to interrupt you. What's really sad is a lot of people will know that their partner are having an affair, but they won't leave.
That's
because
so true.
That's one of the hardest things to.
It's so true.
We haven't witnessed that, but that's one of the hardest and toughest things of the situation to be in, because I don't believe it's always about the money or about the lifestyle. I do believe
we've had friends before that we know, like, and everyone knows that person is cheating on them, but this person, like the friend, just won't leave, and you're like, why? Why? And there must be something, you know.
It's like they're probably like they're a little too scared to just be on their own. Like they'd rather be in this shitty situation than be on their own.
Yeah, that's it. No, Kimmi, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
people don't want to be alone. And now it's funny because you do see characters as you move through the years, and you look and you think, oh my gosh. Look what's happened now, and you think, if only back then, that 10 years ago, if only you had just said, no, fuck it,
I deserve better than
I'm not fucking doing this. Who knows where you'd be, but that's the shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, hindsight's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like we all should have gone to Bitcoin in 2012. You are right.
We should have been millionaires.
So, no, I'm the same. I'm the same. We
got scammed.
We got done in a Ponzi scheme.
We got done. We put £500 in or whatever it was.
900 quid.
Or 900 quid into what we thought was Bitcoin before it blew up.
Long time ago.
And we got scammed, and we were like, fuck that, we ain't doing that. And then it blew up.
I'm talking before when it was worth 0.18 of a penny. Like right in the early days. And we got fucked.
And we did, and then we didn't bother doing it again. So
the company got
hindsight.
Well, I've got 3 friends who are hundreds of millionaires from just.
What kind of friends are they? Hundreds of millionaires? Give you one, Rich. Rick.
You know what I mean? So like they've got hundreds of millions. Apologies, rather than like tens of millions, they've got hundreds of millions. They were basically massive, not massive, but they were huge. They were tech geeks. They fucking loved tech. They loved kind of the online world, and they loved, like looking into kind of the new thing and whatever. And the second Bitcoin came out, they all went, they all put $1,000 in each.
Wow.
They're like, fuck it. We're gonna invest $1,000 and we're gonna sit on it and just see what happens. And then they sold out 2019, mate. All hundreds of millions, all of them. One of them lives in Portugal, one of them lives in America, and one of them lives in France.
Good for them.
Yeah, mate. Disappeared, just chilling, literally living their best life. Like, they're not even on social media. That's what I'd do. Like, if I won 10 mil out of nowhere, I'd disappear. I promise you. And apologies, I love you all, but I would disappear and no one would ever see me.
That's what we said. That's why we started in Costa Rica, and then
we're like, if you won the lottery, it's like nobody would know, but there would be signs.
You just wouldn't see them.
Basically, we'd be like,
the sign is no. Yeah, that's no. Truly, I promise I'd disappear. All my social media would be gone. I would go off grid, mate. No one would see me ever again.
You'd be like, bye.
It'd be amazing.
No, I'd
be the best thing.
Literally,
and I'd spend so much more time with my kids.
I would be telling everyone. I'd be making vlogs, everything. I'd be like, look at all this dollar that I've got.
Would you? Oh, fucking hell. I'd invest half of it, 50% of it, I'd invest immediately and just let that grow like 10 to 15% every year. 10% of fucking 5 million is a very healthy amount of money. You can very comfortably live off of, isn't it? That's right. And then I'd just go nuts and smash 5 million in a couple of years and buy houses and my favourite and stuff like that.
Oh, we can dream.
But yeah, I'd disappear, and I'd have full-time fucking tutors with me that were teaching my kids. And, it'd be amazing.
Isn't it nice to have those conversations?
I know.
The ones where you go, what would you do if?
Yeah.
What would you do if? That's so cool.
Yeah. But then afterwards, I get really frustrated and really sad that I'm not in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but
sign
the
up to the
Confessional
Patreon.
podcast is going to make us millionaires. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, mate, one day, like, so truly our dream from this podcast is to make it a full-time job, right? So I still work full-time. Truly, I still work full-time. Obviously Kimmi works full-time. Mike works full-time. Monkaiy works full-time. But the dream is for the podcast to one day do so well that we're just having, obviously, sponsorships and adverts put within, obviously, the episodes on Spotify and Apple Play. YouTube, we had an old channel, but it's flopped. Basically, don't understand what's gone on with it, so we just started a brand new YouTube channel. It's only got 14 subscribers because we literally started it like a day ago. So we're hoping that will obviously start growth, and obviously the Instagram will grow, the TikTok will grow in time. But it's really obviously the Spotify and Apple Play. Like we're doing pretty well, man. Like we get very good consistent downloads. We have a very, very strong loyal listenership, which is absolutely amazing. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here doing
good
this.
for you.
But the dream is for the podcast to just take off one day where we can be like, fucking hell, like we could look back in maybe 2 years and be like, fuck man, do you remember when Rick was sat in his garage with a green screen behind it? Like, now we're in our own studio and fucking we're doing this for a living and we're all earning a pretty healthy living off of it. And fucking Rick was lit. Like I've literally got a ring light here recording, that camera there. This is a fucking green screen that for nobody that knows, and I've got this massive light shining on me, so it makes me look a bit brighter. Like. And then obviously we have the amazing editor who makes it look sensational, makes it look like we're literally sat in front of each other, and it's very clever, isn't it? Isn't it really clever? Because people don't know, do they? People literally don't know. Like I have people message me on my Instagram, and they're like, "Fucking hell, Rick." They're like, "Rick, where's your studio? Like, where do you travel to do all this recording?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't. I'm not doing it in my garage." They're like, "No, you don't." I'm like, "Yeah, bro." Like, I'm literally sat in my garage while I'm recording. Oh, it's mad. It's so clever, isn't it?
Before Bigfoot Mikey took over editing duties, that was the game when we first started, is figuring out how to make it look like you and our original co-host, the Man Mountain Johan, were in the same room. How well we did, because I had podcast producers go, you know what? It took me a while to realize what you were doing. It was really well done.
Yeah.
And obviously we're taking that to another level now with our new editor in chief. But it's we've got high hopes. But the important thing is that we just concentrate on enjoying it and having fun.
Yeah. Have fun.
It's just
we've got a pink screen.
I thought that was your wallpaper with like a bright
Is that actually
light.
a pink screen?
No, it's just a white wall with a light.
A white wall with a light. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, that was episode 41. Thank you so much for listening. Today, we've obviously had the co-host Rick, the Hannisons, of course, the pod producer Monkaiy, and me, Kimmi. And don't forget to go onto the Patreon so you can hear all them behind-the-scenes clips. There you go. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Cheers, guys. Love you all. Good night.